do I use it? I get a lot of my news through social media, through Twitter, my Facebook news feed, through CNN, and all the blogs that I read. So that's very important. I don't have time to watch TV. And also, I'm very passionate in issues of violence against women. So during the month of October, I was able to utilize social media to raise awareness of domestic violence across within my own community and on campus as well. Um, yeah, and then right now there's a current incident in my community right now, and so I've been following um, a rally. There's going to be a rally this weekend, and so my community has been using social media to organize the rally and picking up people and organizing the bus. So that's a huge. It's been a positive experience.
One way that I try to use social media is, well, actually to keep pretty updated on different stories that might not be told in the light that the media kind of enjoys skewing things. So it's kind of like a third party that gives you the raw news.
Well, if we relate to study abroad, I would say we always need to be a bit careful what we post, because it's not just that we have to cover American sensitivities, but also international ones. While we also do recruit at Mason, we also have to consider that Mason is a very diverse campus. It has a lot of different student associations, and while we cannot cover everything, at least we should try to think about that before we post something. Is it offensive? Or how can we cater programs to certain groups on campus, of course, as well. And I think we also try to use social media to have kind of cultural awareness in the world. And how can we translate the experience that people have into that medium so others can hear about that? So we can also use it as an outreach tool.
I think it does because it connects so many different people. It connects different thoughts together. I know I've personally linked up with a bunch of different people that I've never met before, just because of what they said and kind of what their thought processes are on their pages, and we just kind of connect from there. So I think it's a great way, but it is a double-edged sword when it comes to that. So you can definitely get some negative backlash, but it also brings to light how people really feel.
I think social media does have a positive influence on social activism because a lot of people, the first thing they do when they wake up is they'll check Instagram or Twitter instead of checking the New York Times or a notable source. But through checking Instagram and Twitter and these different social media accounts, they can come across videos of protests happening in New York right now. They can come across new memes that are telling them about what's going on in the world. And then hopefully that sparks them to then go to New York Times and find out more about what's going on in the world.
So does social media have a positive effect on social activism? Why or why not?
Definitely, definitely. Me personally, as a community organizer, and also my friends from all over the United States, we were able to organize a campaign. So it has been very helpful. It's a very useful tool, depending on how you use it. I've seen a lot of very disturbing way of using social media, but it's how to use it, and that's and I think that should be more talked about. But yeah, it's been very powerful. I've seen it used throughout internationally, through what's happened in Middle East, and also my friends in Southeast Asia has been using the social media to get together, whereas it's been under the ground. It's been in some certain countries, social media, especially like YouTube and Facebook, has been banned because of the how powerful it is. But for certain countries and communities that are able to use social media, it's been very powerful.
I think social media affects my digital literacy in a positive light because before, if I was looking for an HIV speaker to come to my event, I would go on Google and search HIV speaker. And sometimes these people wouldn't have their own website because the website's really hard to design. But now I can literally go on Instagram and just hashtag HIV speaker and find someone like Mary Bowman and, put a comment under her post that she was just talking about World AIDS Day and be like, hey, can you come speak at Mason for me? So it's really easier, and it's also a more personal way of connecting with a person. You know, with emails, it just seems so formal. But just writing on an Instagram post or sending a DM on Twitter, it's just way more, you know, easier to connect.
Social media has definitely taught me a lot about digital literacy and making sure that, you know, whatever you put up there is still something that everybody can kind of see. So that is, although it might be your opinion or you're stating a fact, it's not just solely for your page and for you to see. So that's something that, you know, I've had to learn pretty recently. And just to kind of make sure that although it's a great source to get information, you have to be careful of what information that you get and kind of sort it out to make sure that, you know, you're understanding the full entirety of whatever story or, you know, whatever information that you're looking for.